Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the McLaren 570S in multiplayer in Forza Horizon 4. I'm going to be using two tunes today, Skipper's Rally Tune, and then Sia Boss's regular road tune. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my Furum Clips channel, as well as my Purple Team Discord. The links to those will be in the description, and I hope you enjoy these races. And we are starting out on Hollywood Park Circuit, which used to be one of my least favorite circuits in the game, but is now one of my favorites. We are joined today by Flame in his 570S, Hike Pluto in his F50, Arno and also his 570S, Metroid Man and Skipper in their 4 GTs, Shadow Reaper in his Alfa Romeo 155, Lotica in his GTR, Rio and Tangram in their 570Ss also, and Olarius in his Dodge SRT Demon. Now, the 570S, you may wonder why so many other people in the lobby are using it. A lot of the time, people choose a huge variety of cars, and typically not as many of the car that I'm using as we see here. Well, the 570S is actually a very good car inside of this game. It's one of the fastest A-class cars inside of Asphalt 9, and in Forza Horizon 4 it is one of the best S1 class cars, because it is just overall an extremely stable car. It accelerates fast, its speed is pretty good too, and it is extremely stable. Very rarely did I have any issues with this car, like trying to get away from me or skidding or anything like that. It was just a very easy to drive car overall, very fun one. And I enjoyed these races quite a bit. This is probably one of the actual best cars that I've tested in quite a while in this game. Now, in exactly 6.5 hours after this video goes live at 4:30 PM GMT, I'm going to be hosting some private lobbies with the Veneno, which is another one of the better cars in this game. If you have Forza Horizon 4 and would like to join my lobbies, you can join the Purple Team Discord. The link will be in the description for that. If you go to the Special Roles channel, you'll be able to choose the Forza Horizon role, which I will ping every time I do one of these lobbies, and then you can join in all the fun yourself. Also, in case you were curious about how we do these, I typically do record a lot more races than I actually show in the video. We usually record for like an hour and a half or so, do maybe 15 races or something like that, just so we can all have a lot of fun. But obviously that would make for a way too long video to fit on my channel. I wouldn't be commentating over all of that, but if you are interested in seeing some of the full races, Skipper actually streams and records them to his channel, so I will put a link to that in the description as well. Also, I want to shout out Meaty Potato for recreating a lot of the Asphalt 9 decals in Forza Horizon 4, such as the one you're seeing me use right now. And we are now into our third lap on Hollywood Circuit. Now, Rio and Arno, of course, are way ahead. They always, whenever they're in a lobby together, almost neck and neck the entire race, always, like 99% of the time, take first or second place. That is why very rarely do you ever see me above third place. And I think I got exactly third place more often in these 570S races than I did in any other position, which is not too bad when you really think about it, because we had like 11 people here. But earlier on in this race, I was really battling Tired Flame for that third place position. And now Shadow is coming up on us. I would say Shadow was probably my biggest competitor throughout this, aside from Arno and Rio, but they just always went off the map, so I didn't really even think about them. Like, me and Shadow went back and forth a ton throughout a lot of these races, and this one here is another good example of that. You see, Shadow likes using a lot of the really high-powered cars that typically are not all-wheel drive, and so usually they are not as stable, don't accelerate as fast, but with some tunes and some cars, you can get an insane amount of horsepower and just sheer speed that you wouldn't really be able to get in many other cars that were all-wheel drive. You know, the regular kind of cars that you see in multiplayer and that people typically recommend. And he's pretty good at driving them, I must say. And now, let us check out a race off-road. Now you may be wondering, what in the world is a McLaren 570S doing off-road? Well, you can blame Skipper for that. He made a really great, I must say, rally tune for this car, and I had a lot of fun with it. Also, this way, you get to see the car without the big wing on it in more of the way that you might see it in Asphalt 9. The thing is, a lot of the good tunes for the road in this game do have the big wing. Not all, but some of them do. A lot of the ones that I've used in my videos, and oftentimes, they don't ruin the car or anything, but I wouldn't say they look as good as without it in the majority of cases, probably. So I do prefer getting tunes without them, but of course, I prefer performance and just being able to do well in races over not having a wing on a car. But off-road doesn't really make much sense to have one, since the car off-road is typically a bit more bouncy and floaty and drifty, you know, and the whole point of the wing is to keep your car just down on the road and stable. You don't really want that, particularly in off-road races, even though a lot of the off-road races are like 50% asphalt, but this one was pretty good, I would say. This circuit, Highland Farm Scramble, actually has a lot more dirt than it even has road, which is something that I am pleasantly surprised about. It was very nice to drive in, and apparently in Forza Horizon 5, we'll be getting even more of that. The rally races should have a lot more actual dirt racing in them. Now, what cars do people change into for the off-road lobby? Well, Rio's in his Alfa Romeo 33S, which is one of the very best, I would say, S1 off-road cars in the game. Skipper's also in his 570S, presumably using his tune that he made that I'm using right now also. Metroid Man is his Aventador J, Arno in his Lola T70, not really sure what that car is. Hike Pluto in his Peugeot 205 Forza Edition, Illyrius in his Hoonigan RS200, Tangram in his Porsche Carrera, and Flame in his Toyota T100 WP. I'm pretty sure WP means welcome pack in this case, not entirely sure since it looks like it's squished up right against the car name, but I do not actually own the welcome pack in any case. That was why I tested the regular 4GT instead of the welcome pack one back when I tested that car not too long ago, because I just never bothered to get the welcome pack. I actually got Forza Horizon 4 as a Christmas present. Not sure if I've actually ever said this anywhere before, but the person who got it for me got me the deluxe edition. But for Forza Horizon 5, I am going to be buying the ultimate edition, so I'll get the 4 days early access, and I'll be able to pretty much play everything the game has to offer, because I really do believe that probably with the game having a lifespan of at least a few years, paying the extra $20 or $40 will absolutely be worth it for more of the extra features and cars. And what did I tell you about coming in third place? We did it again in the off-road race, and I realized I just rhymed. Now it's time for our final race, which is a free roam rush race, which, as you guys know, I actually enjoy quite a bit. If, and this is a big if, you have the right car. Previously in Forza Horizon 4 multiplayer, even when you had S-Class cars in road races, you'd had free roam rush between them. I'm glad they got rid of those, because the Agera going across a snow-laden plain dodging trees is not going to end well. But you get rally cars going across the fields and terrain like this. I just have an absolute blast. This is what I wished Asphalt Extreme was, and I hope we get to see more open world racing content such as this inside of Forza Horizon 5. I absolutely love this kind of racing, and I would really enjoy a game or just a full game mode or something even more so than this free roam rush that is completely about this, just racing from one point to the other in the fastest way possible. And we barrel down toward the finish line with Tangram and Rio just slightly ahead of us. Very close one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!